Today is January 31st. It marks the end of this month in the year 2023. And it is beginning to be a repeat of what I've been doing for the past a year and a half. It's a repeat. So what I would do is make little bits of money, and then I would just throw it away in a single trade. That happened about 90 times just last year, which means that I have been consistently making money, enough money, so that I would have the opportunity to lose that much on a single day or 2 or 3 days. Now, in this case, I'm on the flip side, on the put side. And unfortunately, even if I'm on the put side, the long side does exactly the same thing, which is to erode my P&L. So the concern I have right now is essentially that what I'm doing right now is going to be the same thing that I will do next month. And that's going to repeat. And what seems to be happening is that I tend to forget the intensity that's required to make the right trades on a daily basis without forgetting about those days, that one day that will cause a eradication of my account. So what are the solutions? What are the solutions that I can use to employ this? So one solution is don't trade at all. Just quit and move on. Do something else. Find something a lot easier to do. However, there's no option except for the stock market option at this point, because essentially there's nothing else that I can do. Now, that having said, now what else can I do? What I can do is be in a constant state of intensity by removing any of the gains that I have, despite the fact that the account is very small. Until at which point that I could, on a regular basis, substantiate and establish a habit that allows me the ability to have a bigger account and still be able to have that same intensity that allows me to incrementally progress and avoid these detrimental losses. These detrimental losses occur because my mindset changes as the funds start to accrue based on the gains that I make on an incremental small gain on a daily basis. And then at a certain point, it's like a switch that flips that causes me to forget about the intensity that is required for me to consistently make profit. And that relaxed state of mind is a formula, it is an ingredient for a devastating loss. I become complacent, I become lazy, I become too relaxed with the market, believing that what happened before will happen again. And there is a saying that is, if it's not if, but when something will occur. And so that's the situation. So what I need to do is to figure out a particular situation which will allow me to solve this. And the stop loss has been a particularly useful situation for me, but somehow I became too lazy and I stopped using it because I didn't want to think deeper into the trade that I have, but essentially what I wanted to do was make the trade and then it's going to work out anyway. Why do I play stop losses when I make the trade? And that is a formula for when, not if. So there's a couple of scenarios that I could do, and that's roughly thinking about it. So if I were to think a little bit more about what else can I do? Now I can improve my odds. I could reduce the number of trades that I make, and I can do that. So I can trade one at a time, not three or four at a time. And when all of them are moving against me, then it's best to just make one trade. The second part, the other part is um, essentially limiting my trades. How do I do that? I limit it by number of, I just size down immediately. So if I've done this before, and what I do is, because I want a revenge trade, I want to maximize every trade that I have. On days that I'm losing, I just do the opposite of what I need to do. Essentially, on days that I'm losing, I need to be small, not big. On days that I'm winning, I need to be big. So that's something, because I would tend to take profit on a small gain and then exit, instead of holding on to a bigger win on a winning day. But it's contrary, because I have to win. I have to win. And so I have to expend all my account in order to get that win. And when that happens, it is a formula for a disastrous uh, result. And so I need to see. I already figured it out. It's a matter of whether I will do that or not. It's practice. I have to keep practicing. I have to keep practicing. I have to. Right now, I have not hit that tilt. I have not hit that. I have not reached a point where I am extremely desperate to turn this. I mean, we're talking about essentially 1 month of work just eradicated, gone. So I'm afraid that I'm going to repeat that next month, and I need to stop this. I need to stop it. How do I stop that? I can stop it by taking the money out, because I know that I will relax. I will become relaxed, and so the best thing to do is take the money out. I heard of one of the professional day traders do this. They take the money out, which means that I will have limited resources, and the gains that I get, I just pull it out. So um, so maybe I need to do that as well. I need to do that because I know that the rules that I have, this one of these days is going to cause me to just essentially eradicate my account. So what that means is, when I take the money out, I'll save it. I'll save it into an area, and then as I keep accruing, which means that there is a higher probability of me being in a state of conscientiousness to maximize the utilization of every dollar that I have. Instead of when I'm ballooned up to a large amount, it really doesn't matter what I do because I have so much. And that seems to be a trigger that causes me to essentially just be too easy when I'm trading. And so the next part is, when I have it, and then when I suffer a substantial amount of loss, then I can easily replenish it to a level to bring it up to a point where I can keep working on it, and the loss will be substantially less because I will be pulling out the gains that I have. And so that could possibly work. And the gains that I have is substantial. Once I create that habit of working with a small amount of capital, then as my skill set increases, then I would take that and then increase it a little bit until I become more and more comfortable with the increased amount of capital that I have. While I increase it, then I will take things out that are above and beyond until I become comfortable with it, and I'll keep increasing it. That seems to be the incremental progress that I need to make in order to really take this to another level.